Hey guys, so I have half of my makeup done today because I got very excited by these new eyeliners here. So I just want to play with these for like 5 minutes while I talk about a very frustrating plus a very good experience I had at a gig. So I have these. I also have Kaleidos items, 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'm only going to use a tiny bit of these eyeshadow palettes because I basically want to use the eyeliners mostly. For eyeshadow, I have these 2 palettes. It's hard to tell on camera, but they're all pillow sort of texture on the top. These sort of like super cool tone grey colours here. And this one has more like a pinky. This one's more like silver black grey. And this one's more like, there's actually like a rosy tone here, which I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that. I think I'm going to go with this one today, which is this palette. Just because I kind of want like a neutral kind of thing. Let me turn this off for 2 seconds. There you go. Now you can really see the colours. See, that's more like pinky toned in comparison. That's more true to colour. So I've been to a bunch of gigs, obviously. November's been pretty crazy actually for gigs. But I finally saw Bad Omens. I should say again, because I did see them supporting Bring Me the Horizon before. But I was so high up. Also, that feels like such a long time ago. It was January 2024 that I saw them. At this time, they had 2 warm-ups, which the first one was really good. It reminded me a bit of Architects. The second one, I don't think I got... Did I get any video? I honestly have no idea because I was really unimpressed. I literally took half a day because I wanted to try and get to Barrier, and it was painful. I'm just going to take this like grayer shade just to deepen the outer corner without like really deepening it. Like a light sort of smoke. By the time the first band had left, I was getting so frustrated with the people around me. The amount of people that were just bashing into me over and over and over again. Like this girl seemed to be making fun of me for in between the sets, miming the words to certain songs that were being played whilst we were waiting for the next warm-up. Or even for the first warm-up, I can't even remember. Yet she copied what I did with my coat. I hung my coat over my shoulder bag and she did the same. And yet she seemed to be making fun of me. Possibly. I might just be being paranoid, but I don't know. She seemed like a bit of a mean girl. And then the girl behind me kept like reaching like above me. I was getting so overwhelmed. I was also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I was super sick. I'd had the flu the previous weekend really, really badly. And I'm still coughing. I got this highlighter, this Skywalker highlighter. I'm going to put this on my face as well. But I want to put this sort of like super sparkly kind of shade all over my lid. I've been enjoying doing that with my Stila eyeshadow that's very similar to the Fenty Beauty one. So I kind of want to just use it as like an eyeshadow. But yeah, so like, I moved back and yet everywhere I stood, I was getting more and more frustrated because it was just constantly people getting directly in my way so I couldn't see. By the end of the night, and I'm not joking, right at the back, like so far back that I was past where the bar was in Ali Pali. Like, there's a reason why, one, I hate standing. Because I can never fucking see and I never have a good time. I couldn't even watch back my videos until today because I was so frustrated, and the only saving grace was that I had been watching a bunch of other people's videos about not just this experience but other people's experiences of the Europe tour, and they've all said they hated it as well, that every single one of them had a bad experience because of people being dickheads, like fans being very me, arsehole-esque. A tiny bit more of this. I'm smoking down my lower lash line. While I'm not happy that they had a bad experience, I'm happy I wasn't in a way the only one because of the fact that I was so annoyed and so frustrated. I was literally almost in tears at one point, having to go right at the back because I thought like my experience is being completely ruined by everyone around me, and I don't want that to be the case. It's like, how often do I get to see Bad Omens, one of my favourite all-time bands? And by the way, they sounded exactly the same as their record, if not better. And I was saying to my partner, I said that I actually feel bad for them because they didn't really have much audience interaction. Now, it could be because they thought that the audience were arseholes, or it was due to the fact that I'm just taking a mixture now of these two just because I want it as slightly darker on the lower lash line. I feel bad for them because they're so regimented in the way that they do their performance. They can't really have a huge amount of interaction with the crowd, and because of that it feels a bit, not wooden, but a little bit, I guess. I'm just going to take a little bit of this highlighter on my actual face as well. That's not me shitting on Bad Omens. I don't think that they're a bad band at all. Like, I literally love them. I think they're great at everything they do. Oh, that's very blue. I'm going to take that under my brow. I got one of their blushes as well. This is the Kaleidos Mono Blush in Pearl Bliss. I haven't used it yet, but it reminds me of... I've been really enjoying this new brand called Josie, I think it's right, Joocyee, and it reminds me. Whoa, that was really fucking weird. I'm guessing my smoke detector was like running out of things. I've just walked around my whole entire flat and there's no smoke. It's fine. Freaked me out though. So these blushes are similar, not the same, but you can tell like the kind of blushes I'm into. These very like nudie kind of blushes. There are blushes that I'm really enjoying that, even like peachy ones again. That freaked me out. Literally just like threw everything down and ran to see if there was like smoke or something. I have no idea what that was about. There's part of me that's still like, my adrenaline's going. Anyway, I'm going to turn this down so you can see the true colour. That freaked Casper out as well. Just gives you like kind of a nice flush. The most important thing is the eyeliners. Top row is the new ones and the bottom row the originals that I had. So the difference between is the packaging. So the packaging is very similar, but there's a couple of things they've changed which I really appreciate. The original colour was shown kind of where it says Kaleidos, and because of the way they did the packaging, it was so hard to tell what colour each of these are because certain ones were very similar. So for example, these two are basically exactly the same, but they're two different greens. These two greens here. Unless you open them, there was no way to tell which one's which. However, they have changed that, where for example, these two look very similar, but they have a line all the way down the side, and that tells you what the colour is. So this one's a lot more silvery. It's hard for you to tell. It looks more grey in person, but it's a different colour to this like white colour. I know it's minimal, but it was just something that did annoy me, that every single time I picked up these eyeliners, I didn't know which colour I was picking up. I always had to open it. And even when I opened it, I was like, wait, which shade is that? And sometimes I had to swatch it just to see. I've been dying for this blue. But before I put that on, I'm not going to wear this. I got one of their glitter shades. They have a bunch of like nudes and stuff as well, and you can change the bullets and whatnot. I thought I'd probably get bored of some of the other ones, so I just went with the black bullet, and I went with the Cyber shade. Now the Cyber has like this almost golden glitter. It's very wet looking though. I like the bullet. I do think these are quite bulky, how bulky this thing is. I appreciate the fact that these can be replaced. I just don't know if I'm ever going to replace them. I know it comes with a little cap, so technically you could just keep this in your bag, but because I've got this, I'm never going to do that. I want to play with a bunch of these. So first of all, I'm going to use the pink. I'm going to do like an ombre. I'm going to put pink above to about halfway. I'm going to take the red, I'm going to take that to the outer edge. I also have a bunch of their lip liners, so we'll try those on once I've done the eye look. Take the silver, I'm going to open up the eye on the lower lash line with the silver, again to about halfway. I'm going to use the white sort of shade as my inner corner, and I'm just going to go around, really open up the eye. I'm going to use the blue underneath my eye, and there's like a little wing on the outside. And then lastly, I'm going to try and get this golden. I want to put some gold as like a graphic liner. This gold would actually be gorgeous with the red. It's like a Christmas look. I'll probably do that for Christmas. My light blue from last year, connecting from that white shade. With mascara, I think that'll look great. Okay, so I also bought a bunch of the Kaleidos, I think that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I pronounce it anyway, lip liners. So I have Movement, which is nice and cool tone. I have Java, another nice cool tone, but more brown versus mauve. Then I have Blush, which I thought would be more like a pinky tone. It is kind of more leaning peach. It does have a little bit of coolness in it. And then Dark Matter. Casper? No. No. Those are the three shades. I think I'm going to do Java today. I'm going to top it with my Josie, I don't know, lip gloss. This is what I would normally do. I'm just taking off a little bit of this Cyber, I want to say it's called. It's very cool though. I do like it. Just doesn't go with my cool tones. Got this like golden hue to it. These lip liners are very creamy without being super duper emollient. They're not dry like MAC pencils. I don't understand why people like MAC lip pencils. I honestly cannot get on with them. I like the idea of them. I will 100% take a Makeup Forever, or even now this one. I had a feeling I was going to really enjoy these lip liners. Just having the opportunity to buy like different cool tones was lovely. Speaking of cool tone, this is like a new favourite gloss of mine. This is in Chinese, so I don't know what the shade name is. Number 603. The component's really cool as well, because it's kind of curved inside the bottle and on the top. But it looks like a nail varnish. Because I remember opening this being like, I don't remember ordering, I don't know, a cream blush or whatever this is. And also the shade on the outside, like if you bought multiples of these, it wouldn't look like the colour. You would have no idea which one's which. I bought one, so I know what colour it is, but that would get frustrating. All in all, I haven't tried these shimmers yet, but I'm very intrigued. These eyeshadow palettes, although I don't love the outside of them, I think it cheapens them a little bit. Same with like the pillowiness. I like that they gave us something different, I will say. They're very easy to blend. I was able to get an amazing contour from this palette. I've had my eye on these palettes for a while. Super, super happy with these. The lipsticks, maybe I should have just got myself a nude, but I wanted to get myself something shimmery as something different because I knew I have 100 bazillion different nudes already. I like it. I don't love this at the moment. I think it's just because I was thinking the shade would be more versatile, but because it's more golden than I was expecting, it's not something I immediately gravitate for. The blush, stunning. I cannot wait to use this every single day. The highlighter, I love it as an eyeshadow on my face. I don't know how much I'm going to be using a blue highlighter, but it is fun. It is a fun highlighter. And I like having these things in my collection as like just a pop of fun. Bar the lip liners, which I know I will be using all of the time because they are so easy to work with. The other thing that I highly, highly recommend, these like duochrome eyeliners. I've been wanting them to come out with this blue for such a long time. Every single time I saw my purple in my collection, I always grabbed it and was like, oh no, it's purple, it's not blue. I wanted a blue. So I'm very, very happy they finally brought this out. They are so easy to work with, super creamy. They apply to the waterline great. They also don't budge. So yeah, I love them. These, however, do smudge, just so you know. So if you want to blend out a lip line or anything, you have got time for that. I've had these ones on longer than those ones though, to be completely honest. Oh, I forgot to mention really, really quick the best behaved gig I've been to, and that was the Rasmus. Really polite people, really sweet. The bands themselves were very humble, very sweet. Great gig. So I just wanted to mention that because when you hear me talk about the Bad Omens gig, it might put you off of going to gigs, especially solo, but I still have some of the best times going to gigs and pushing myself out there. That's not to put you off going to gigs. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure to give us a like and subscribe. I feel like I'd really appreciate it. I'm trying to post more long format videos, so you'll see some of these shorter ones, this and like Reddit ones pop up, but I am trying to do more like long format again. So if you do like those kind of videos, make sure to give those a like too. But I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!